Welcome to The Deep Dive. This is a Prime AI podcast brought to you by the folks at Silicon and Silk.
Great to be here.
Okay, let's unpack this. For anyone, navigating the complexities of online retail, the promise of a perfect size finder often feels like, well, the holy grail.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, the reality can be these stubborn return rates and solutions that just don't seem to move the needle, even after you've put significant investment in.
Yeah, that's a huge frustration for businesses.
It really is.
Yeah.
Especially if you've already poured resources into tools, that haven't delivered on that promise of significantly cutting down refunds. So today, we're taking a deep dive into exactly that problem.
Indeed. Many solutions, they promise accuracy, but they often fall short in, well, the most critical area, actually influencing enough transactions to really reduce those refunds.
Right.
If a solution only impacts, say, 20-30% of orders, it simply won't move the needle on the overall return rates. And what's particularly challenging here, and maybe you've seen this, is that even recommendations that are accurate can get diluted if customers just choose to override them anyway. And that leads right back to those disappointing results you mentioned.
You've hit on a crucial point there. The sheer volume, the number of transactions a solution can influence is just as vital as its accuracy.
Exactly.
Which brings us to our mission for this deep dive.
Yeah.
How do we move beyond those, minimal, often disappointing results? We've got some really fascinating source material about a company called Prime AI and their clothing size finder PRO. It claims to tackle these exact issues head on. They're talking influence across 50-80% of orders.
That's a big jump.
Huge. And an average return reduction of 35% compared to buyers who didn't even see the recommendations.
Yeah.
So we're going to look at how they claim to achieve these numbers and, what truly sets them apart from maybe those tools that left you wanting more.
Okay.
So to kick us off, let's talk about the common pitfalls.
Sure.
Our sources really highlight these, especially for those of you who have tried other size finders and, frankly, seen limited success. Many existing tools, particularly those quiz-only systems, they just struggle to get widespread adoption. What's the core issue here, beyond just the accuracy part, when we're talking about cutting actual refund rates?
Well, the core issue, as our sources really emphasize, it's what they call influence rate, or sometimes coverage.
Influence rate. Okay.
Most sizing tools, they kind of stop at a quiz, right? They ask customers for basic stuff, height, weight, maybe body shape, sizes you wore before.
Standard stuff.
And while that might work okay for first-time shoppers, it completely misses a huge segment of the market.
Who's that?
Returning shoppers. Our sources tell us 40, even 60% of customers are actually returning shoppers.
Wow, that many.
Yeah. So if a solution relies only on a quiz, the adoption rarely gets above, say, 30% of transactions. So the impact on your overall returns, it becomes pretty negligible. And that's precisely why many retailers see those, frustratingly low reductions in their refund rates.
That makes sense.
It's a bit like trying to bail out a leaky boat with a teacup. You're doing something, but it's just not enough to really change the situation.
That's a great analogy. So it's not just about giving the right size. It's about getting enough people consistently to actually see and use that recommendation.
Precisely.
You could have the most accurate recommendation ever, but if only a quarter of your customers see it, or like you said, they just ignore it, it won't make a dent in those return numbers.
Exactly. No dent at all.
This really explains why so many systems fall short on that promise to significantly cut refunds and actually impact the bottom line.
That's really the crux of it. And this raises, a really important question. How do you achieve both accuracy and that scale? Especially if your goal is to move beyond those tiny return reductions that, frankly, might not even be worth the investment you made.
Right.
Prime AI, according to our sources, they address this with what they call 2 unique pillars, and they claim no other provider offers this combination. And it's specifically designed to broaden that influence, that coverage, and overcome the limits of just that quiz-only model.
All right, 2 pillars. So let's delve into how they actually achieve this kind of scale and accuracy. What are these core components that let them stand out and tackle this influence rate problem head on?
Okay, so the first pillar is the zero input size finder.
Zero input.
Zero input. It's designed specifically for returning shoppers. This is where, the magic happens for that huge segment of repeat customers we talked about.
Right, the 40-60%.
Exactly. This pillar gives an instant size recommendation without the customer needing to do anything at all.
Wow.
Well, it achieves this by leveraging their past purchase history, their return data, and real product ID level data.
Product ID levels, so like down to the specific...
Down to the specific SKU, highly specific, granular information, and it uses all that to instantly predict the right fit.
Wow.
The sources say this approach boasts 99% accuracy, and that's validated on live customer data sets, which leads to, a frictionless user experience, higher trust, and dramatically fewer returns. It's built specifically to cover that big chunk of returning customers who already have a history with the store. No friction.
So no extra clicks, no questions.
None. It basically eliminates that quiz fatigue for people who already know your brand.
So for returning customers, they don't lift a finger and boom, an accurate recommendation just appears.
That's the goal.
That is a genuine game changer, just for convenience and trust.
Yeah.
And it immediately addresses that huge segment that traditional quizzes miss.
Okay, so what about new shoppers then? Or, when things are less clear-cut, where maybe a quiz is still necessary, how do they handle those crucial first interactions?
Good question. That leads right into the second pillar, the advanced quiz-based engine.
Advanced quiz. Okay.
This is indeed for first-time shoppers, but the claim is it's much smarter than your basic size finders. It's powered by a completely different AI engine.
Oh. And it continuously learns from sales, from returns, even from tiny product-level variations, right down to the color of the item.
Down to the color. Seriously.
That's what the sources say. Because sometimes, different dyes can slightly affect the fit or feel of a fabric.
Huh. I never thought of that.
Yeah. So these two systems, the zero input and the advanced quiz, they don't just exist separately. They work together synergistically. They share insights, ensure consistency across everybody, and continuously improve that overall coverage.
So they learn from each other.
Exactly. And this deep integration, this synergy, is supposedly key to influencing that 50-80% of transactions we talked about, moving far beyond that, paltry 30% influence rate that limits so many other solutions.
Okay, so they're not just separate tools operating in silos. They're constantly learning, feeding information back and forth. That sounds, a lot more sophisticated than just a simple questionnaire asking for height and weight.
It is, definitely.
So what's actually under the hood here? What allows for such dynamic learning and adaptation? And what makes this different, say, from older AI models some other tools might use?
Well, what's truly fascinating, according to the material, is that Prime AI's solution was built in the era of deep learning.
Okay, deep learning. What does that mean in practice?
It means it's characterized by proprietary neural networks. These are custom-developed, multi-layered algorithms and a really adaptable AI architecture. It leverages these advanced deep learning models to analyze multiple complex data inputs all at once.
So not just the basics.
Not just basic body measurements or what the user tells it. It also incorporates each retailer's specific product data, historical outcomes like what actually sold and what came back, shopper attributes, and critical garment specs. Things like fit type, materials, even the kind of clasp on something.
Wow.
And critically, it can even pull in additional sort of qualitative data signals like product reviews and customer feedback.
So it can read reviews too.
It can integrate that data. This comprehensive analysis ensures a far more nuanced, real-world understanding of fit.
Okay, so it's analyzing not just my personal measurements, but how, say, this specific blue shirt might fit differently than the red one.
Potentially, yes.
Based on how people who actually bought it rated it and what sizes they returned. That's incredibly detailed.
It is.
And it explains how it could get so much more accurate than just a static algorithm relying on generic sizing charts.
Precisely. The machine learning pipeline, that's the sort of automated sequence of data processing and model training, it's built to learn and improve continually. The Pro version, it can even train itself on the retailer's own inventory data, product compositions, those customer reviews we mentioned, sales data, return stats, all to refine its accuracy further over time.
So it gets smarter.
It becomes a modern adaptive AI. It goes beyond static algorithms. It leverages deep learning on both the body data and the real commercial outcomes like returns and exchanges to keep improving those size predictions.
That sounds crucial.
It is. For a retailer, this isn't just about getting it right once. It's about building a dynamic system that adapts to changing fashion trends, new inventory, seasonal shifts, without needing constant manual recalibration.
Which saves time and money.
Exactly. It protects their investment and significantly reduces that operational overhead.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It really does sound like a generational leap, especially if you've used other solutions that feel a bit rigid. Or maybe like they're relying on older, less adaptable models. Our sources even compare Prime AI directly to some other big names in the space, highlighting this technological difference.
Indeed, they do. While both Prime AI and, say, a platform like Bold Metrics are rooted in AI, the sources describe Prime AI's tech as newer and more adaptive.
Okay.
Bold Metrics relies on a robust but perhaps more established ML model. It involves digital twin generation from a fixed Q&A, basically creating a virtual body model from static customer answers.
Right, I've seen things like that.
And while that was effective, maybe even state-of-the-art previously, it's perceived by some now as being maybe a little behind the curve compared to the latest deep learning methods.
So Prime AI is using newer techniques.
Prime AI, on the other hand, employs these state-of-the-art neural networks, the continuous learning from live data we discussed, and even optional computer vision components. It aligns more with the very latest AI trends.
Computer vision, like analyzing photos.
That's an optional capability, yes.
Oh.
So for a premium retailer seeking really sophisticated machine learning depth, Prime AI aims to hold the edge in technical modernity, offering a solution that grows and adapts with their business rather than potentially becoming obsolete.
That's a pretty clear distinction, especially for anyone who's felt their current tool isn't quite keeping up, or more importantly, isn't delivering those crucial return reductions.
Right.
But there's another feature that really caught my eye, and it feels like a genuine innovation for ensuring customer confidence and actually influencing their behavior, not just giving a suggestion. It's called shopper nudging.
Ah, yes, shopper nudging.
What exactly is that? And why does it matter so much if you really want to prevent returns, especially when, as you said, customers are prone to overriding recommendations?
This is a crucial innovation, you're right. It directly addresses that problem,
Yeah.
customers ignoring the advice.
Yeah.
Because even with the best size recommendation, shoppers might still insist on picking a different size. Maybe
Yeah.
it's habit, maybe they misunderstand the brand's fit, maybe it's just a gut feeling.
Happens all the time.
All the time. Shopper nudging actively warns customers when the size they've selected doesn't align with the proven fit data for that specific item.
How does it do that?
Well, for example, a little pop-up might appear saying something like, hold on, this style runs large, most shoppers like you size down, are you sure you want an XL?
So it's direct intervention.
Direct, proactive, real-time guidance. It helps customers avoid potentially costly mistakes, leading to higher confidence in their purchase decision, and ultimately, significantly fewer returns.
And the sources say this is unique.
Our sources explicitly state that none of Prime AI's main competitors offer this specific feature. It makes it a unique layer of defense against mis-sells and a pretty powerful tool for behavioral influence.
So if I'm getting this right, shopper nudging is like a proactive, data-driven intervention right at that critical point in the purchase journey.
Exactly, at the moment of decision.
That's a significant behavioral hurdle to overcome. It's like having a helpful, informed sales assistant right there in the online shopping cart, preventing a potentially bad purchase before it happens.
That's a good way to put it.
So it's not just making the recommendation, it's reinforcing it, which is so important if you want to actually reduce refunds and build that customer trust. It actively steps in when a customer is about to make a choice that goes against the data. That sounds incredibly powerful.
Absolutely. And it's this combination, the frictionless zero input for returning shoppers, the continuously learning quiz-based engine for new buyers, and this proactive shopper nudging feature that allows Prime AI to routinely influence that 50-80% of transactions.
Which you said was the key threshold.
That's the critical threshold for achieving meaningful, widespread return reduction, a level that, those quiz-only systems just can't seem to reach. This is how they actually move the needle on returns rather than just sort of nibbling around the edges of the problem.
Okay, so with this level of influence and sophistication, what does this all mean for a retailer's bottom line? We talked about reducing returns, but what kind of tangible, measurable results are clients actually seeing with this kind of system?
Well, the retailers using this are reporting measurable ROI, and it goes beyond just reducing returns, which is already huge.
Right.
Our sources highlight a significant 35% reduction in size-related refunds. That's a very compelling number for any e-commerce business.
35% is massive.
It is. But it goes further. They also see, depending on the product price point, a 10% conversion uplift. More people actually complete the purchase.
Because they're more confident.
Exactly. More confidence in the size means less hesitation to buy. And interestingly, even a plus 15% increase in average order value.
Higher AOV.
Well, the thinking is, as shoppers buy with more confidence about the fit of the main item, they might be more willing to add that extra accessory, or maybe buy two colors instead of one.
Ah, okay. They trust it'll work out.
Precisely. So it shows a more holistic, positive impact on the entire purchasing journey. It potentially transforms a major pain point sizing uncertainty into an actual revenue driver.
Those numbers are incredibly compelling. And it really sounds like this isn't just some generic plugin you install and, hope for the best,
Yeah.
which, let's be honest, can often be the experience with less effective solutions.
Right.
It seems designed to truly integrate with a brand's unique identity and their specific inventory.
That's exactly it. Prime AI PRO is described as 100% customizable, meaning tailored back-end sizing logic for specific product groups. Maybe your dresses fit differently than your trousers.
Okay.
A fully customizable front-end user interface so it perfectly matches the brand's look and feel. You don't want it looking like some tacked-on widget.
No, definitely not.
And adjustable quiz questions to target category-specific challenges. For instance, the source mentions a question like, will you wear a tie with this shirt for formal wear?
Ah, very specific.
That level of granularity helps address the very specific nuances of a particular brand's catalog. It allows a premium retailer, especially, to maintain this unique brand voice and customer experience, which is crucial in today's crowded market.
And integration, does it play nice with standard platforms?
Yes, it integrates seamlessly, apparently, with major platforms like Salesforce, Magento, Shopify Plus, ensuring it works smoothly within their existing tech stack.
Good to know.
So yeah, this means it's really positioned as a custom-built solution, designed around a brand's unique catalog and specific business goals, rather than just a generic one-size-fits-all approach that often struggles to deliver those specific, impactful results you need.
So if you've been grappling with high return rates due to sizing issues, and your current tools are maybe just scratching the surface, or providing those disappointing, frankly, negligible results, this deep dive really shows us there's a new level of sophistication out there.
It seems so.
The combination of that zero-input intelligence for returning shoppers, the continuously learning adaptive quiz for new customers, and that unique shopper nudging feature, it really seems to deliver results that go far beyond what many basic size finders can offer.
Mm-hmm.
It really is about influencing the majority of sales, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not just that small fraction. And that seemed to be the key to truly moving the needle on refunds and actually enhancing the whole customer journey.
Indeed. And this highlights, I think, a critical shift. It's moving away from just recommending a size towards proactively managing the entire sizing experience, from that friction-free discovery phase right through to preventing errors at the actual point of purchase. And it raises maybe an important question for you to consider. In this increasingly personalized e-commerce landscape, just how much further can AI push the boundaries? Can it predict individual shopper preferences beyond just size to truly transform the entire buying journey, making every purchase feel, custom tailored and virtually guaranteed for satisfaction?
A fascinating thought to leave us with. Definitely food for thought as you think about your next online purchase, whether you're the one buying or the one selling.